Hi, welcome to this course on Python. In this video, we shall be kickstarting our learning process in Python. In this video, we shall be talking about the basics of Python. In the previous video, you have already understood the different benefits of Python programming language. Python language, which is used as a programming language and as a scripting language, is used vividly. It is used in multiple domains, multiple industries, used into data science and analytics industries. A lot of companies are grasping Python these days. Now, that is the reason you are here learning Python. So let's get started. It will all start with the installation of Python. Of course, the basic things. Without installation, how can we learn Python? So to install Python on your machine, what you need to do is go to python.org/downloads. There you will be finding multiple different versions of Python. You can download one of them and install it. If you are using a Mac OS, you probably would be having Python pre-installed in your Mac OS. Make sure you don't have Python. If you have Python, you can use that. If you don't have Python in your OS, then you can download it from python.org. Or else another option is to go through Anaconda Navigator. Just search Anaconda Navigator download and download it. It will download multiple things in a package, so everything will be installed by default. In case your computer or your system is not good enough, it is not having the required RAM or required CPU or required processor, then in that case what you can do is you can make sure that you learn Python from online portals. There are some online IDEs like collab.research.google.com. In that you can easily, you don't have to install Python because Colab comes directly with pre-installed Python. You just have to create a Google account. In case you already have a Google account or a Gmail account, you can use that, log into your collab.google.com, and then you can simply start coding Python. Okay, so after installations, the first thing what we will study in this video is going to be variables. Variables are basic concepts. What exactly are variables? We will be learning in today's class, and then we'll also be learning what are keywords. I'll first talk about the theoretical concepts, and then I'll slowly jump into the practicals to show you more things. Now, variables. What is a variable? See, the programming language is going to be super simple. When it comes to Python, explanation will be even simpler. But theoretically, variable is nothing but a temporary storage space where you can keep changing values. Let's say you want to define your name in Python. Your name is XYZ. You want to define that, you want to assign that value to something, and that something you can call it in the future. That something is variable. That means you are assigning your name XYZ to that variable. Let's say your variable name is A. So A equals to XYZ. Now if I print A, it will print your name. So A is a variable. Similarly, let's say you are defining your age. Your age is, let's say, 25. So you're defining age equals to 25. Now if I print age, that will print me 25. So that age is 25. So that age is nothing but a variable. It's nothing but a temporary storage space where you can keep changing values. Assigning values to a variable. To assign values to a variable in Python, we use equals to assignment operator. Equals to basically means you are assigning the value. A equals to 10. Now 10 value, the value which is 10 is assigned to the variable name A. A equals to welcome to the class. Now A is nothing but a sentence. Welcome to the class. And A is a variable. No need to declare the data type of the variables as done in other programming languages. Now what is a data type? In Python, not exactly in Python, in any language you deal with, there is a concept of data types. Let's say A equals to 10. We know that 10 is an integer value. So 10 is an integer. Now my A variable that has been created, it will be of integer type. Let's say A equals to hello world. Now hello world is a string. So the type of variable a will be is a string variable. So in Python, we don't have to declare the variables. Like in Java, we used to declare variables. String a equals to hello world. Then only it will understand that a is nothing but a string object. Okay, in Python, you don't have to mention string, int, float or something like that. Just assign the values and Python will automatically understand what type of data it is. Next thing which we will be studying in this video is going to be keywords. Keywords are special reserved words which convey a special meaning to interpreter or compiler. It can't be used as a variable. Few of the example keywords are def, else, if, class, continue, which basically means that these are some of the keywords that are already defined in your Python language. The one who has created the Python language, they have used these variables, they have used these names. That is the reason these names cannot be used as variable names. You can define a variable name as XYZ or ABC, but you cannot create a variable name as class or continue or break because these words are already used as a keyword in the programming language. Okay, so we will be studying about keywords and variables. Let's jump into the practical codes part. So we have the code ready. We have already prepared the code for variables and keywords. This is nothing but a Jupyter notebook file, and you can also run this command separately on Spider or on PyCharm or on Visual Studio, whichever IDE you are using. And I was talking about one online IDE, right? In case you don't have Python installed on your local machine, what you can do is you can go to collab.research.google.com, click on new notebook, and of course you need to sign into your Gmail account. I have already signed into my Gmail account, and here you can easily run this code. Let's say you are running this code, a equals to this, and you want to print a, it will print you hello world. Initially I've just created the document, so it's a little bit slow because it's starting up. Okay, now you can do these things. Okay, so anyways, jumping on to our Jupyter notebook file, what is variables and keywords? We understood the basics of it. Now once we start talking about the practicals part, you will have better understanding. A Python variable is a reserved memory location to store values. In other words, a variable in a Python program gives data to the computer for processing. Okay, now here I have defined my a value as hello world. Let's say I want to define my age. My age equals to 25. It's not 25, it's 31, 32. Now, what is my age? Now, if I print my age, I can print that my age is 32. You can also print this way, print my age. This will also give you 32. So what is my age? My age is a variable. And what is the type of variable it is? Is it an integer variable or a float variable or a string variable? There are different types of data, right? Let's say you have data like this, 1, 2, something like this. This is nothing but integer type. You have data like this, 25.4, 7.9. These are float variables. Let's say you have values like this, hello, world, Satyajit, okay, like this. These are your string variables. There are something like true and false. These are your Boolean variables. So there are different variables in Python. Not exactly in Python. You go to any programming language, you will find the same concepts. These concepts are very same. Okay, I'm just deleting it. Now, what is the type of this variable? To find the type of the variable, simply type in the brackets your variable name. Now it returns me type is integer type. Now just imagine I will define a variable called as my name and I define my name. Done. Now I want to find what is the type of my name. It is string. because it is string. By default, Python's interpreters and compilers are intelligent enough to identify the data types. In Java, we don't define integer values like this. Rather, we define like this: int space variable name equals to value. But in Python, we don't need that. That is the beauty of Python. Now, moving on to the next one. Let's say I define score equals to 89.5. So what is score? Score is 89.4. What is the type of score? It will be float, right? Var equals to hello world, welcome to the class. If I run this and then I type var, it is returning me a string type. Var equals to 10 is a integer type. Simple. String variable hello world, welcome to the class. To print this, you are printing print in the brackets your variable name. The type of this is string. Now take a closer look on this one. If I define a equals to 10.5, now I am printing print type of a. It will give me float. But if I have like this, it will give me string. Even though it's a number, you know that it's a number. 10.5 is a number, but it is defined within a quote. So when you define anything within a quote, by default, it is treated as a string variable. Okay. Similarly, I have done this. 10.5, 10.5 class is string. Similarly, I have defined a equals to in brackets true. Don't get confused by looking at true. It's not a boolean type. It is within the quotes, so it will be a string type. But if you define like this without the quotes, then that becomes a boolean type. Okay. Similarly, I have boolean variable equals to true, print boolean, print type. Type is string, and this one is boolean type. Now, so a equals to 10, a variable will be created, fine. But can we create a variable name like this? No, this is not possible. If I run this, it says syntax error, invalid syntax. What does this mean? This means that your variable name cannot start with a number. It should always start with a character. You can have 5a5, that works. Now what will be a5? a5 is nothing but 10, but 5a does not work. 5a equals to 10 does not work. Your variable name cannot start with a number. Variable names are not case sensitive. That means a equals to 10 and a equals to 10, you can see two different variables are created. So small a and capital A are different in nature. Similarly, name equals to 2, name equals to 2. These are some repetitive items that I am doing. Type now. Okay. String 1 equals to hello, print of string 1 hello. If I type in string 1, it is hello. Okay, all these things are done. These are repetitive work. Okay, so I'll talk about some of the name equals to 2, name equals to 4, print name, print name. Now, a equals to 4, b equals to 5, c equals to a plus b, and print c. C is nothing but a plus b. So here, if you run c equals to a plus b, the c becomes a is 4 plus 5, which becomes 9. And this is how you assign the variables. Similarly, a equals to 14, b equals to 15, c equals to a plus b, print c, c is 29. Instead of this, what you can do is you can simply create a function. We will be studying function in details. Let's say I'm creating a function called as sum function. Here I will write c equals to a plus b, return c. That means whenever you are calling this function, return this c value. What is this c value? C value is a plus b. What is this a plus b? We have to pass this a plus b here. Let's say I create this function, and here I will call sum function 5 comma 10. That means my a value is 5, my b value is 10. So c value will be 5 plus 10, 15, return 15. So the output will be 15. So this is how you create a function. Functions helps us in, let's say you are doing this sum operation. If you want to do sum operation on multiple values, then you again have to call a equals to this, b equals to this, c equals to a plus b. Again you have to reassign a equals to this, b equals to this, print c, a equals to this, b equals to this, print c, right? Instead of that, you can simply create a function like this, so that you just have to call the function. Let's say you want to call this function on 15 and 20, it is returning me 35. So your efforts are saved here. Okay, all these things are already done. This is syntax failure because it starts with a number, and this is all about the basics of variables and keywords. Okay, keywords. Okay, variables are done. Now this is a string, welcome to the Python course. Print welcome string, welcome to the Python course. And type of this is string, right? These are some repetitive work what I am doing right now. I have defined some variables here, my name, my age, gender, address. If I type age, then it is showing me the type is integer. I hope you have a basic understanding of variables cleared, and it's all about practicing. Again, these are some basic topics to talk about. So variables are done and dusted. What about keywords? Do we have a separate okay, we don't have a separate file for keywords. So here itself I will explain you what are keywords. Now talking about the PowerPoint, we already know that keywords are nothing but special reserved words which convey a special meaning to interpreter or compiler, right? So you can look at this type. Why is it visible in green? Because it is a keyword. Okay, so what does this mean? This basically means you cannot create a variable named as this. Let's say you do this. Of course, then you print type. Let's say I do type equals to 10. That means this is my variable name. Print type, it is 10. It will give you results because within your cell, you are defining this variable name as a keyword, which is an existing keyword. But this is not recommended. This is not a good practice. So anything that you do in Python, at least in Jupyter Notebook, anything that turns green while typing, that is basically a keyword. So keywords are print, type, def, return, print. All these are keywords. Type, all these are special words or keywords in Python. Print, what else? Anything that turns green. Type, already talked about type, print. Def, yes, I already talked about def. So there are various keywords. There are keywords like continue, break. You can see they are turning green. If I write something like this is not getting green because this is not an existing keyword, right? Def, print, type, len. What else? Type, len, info. No, info is not there. In, out. No, out is also not there. What else? I'm not. Let's go back to the slide. Okay, import, yes. Import, none. Break. What else? Else, if. All these are your different keywords. Okay, so keywords are special keywords, special words, and they are not meant to be used as a variable. That's all about the basic class. That's all about variables and keywords. In our next videos, we shall be talking about various data types in Python. Stay tuned and thank you for watching.